Hey, bud. Oh, okay. Bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you heard my little boy had to come in and give me a hug before the stream started, so that's adorable. This is very impromptu, and I am do. We were supposed to stream my weekly podcast this morning, which is the Saturday morning D&D show, but my co-host couldn't make it last minute, and so I was like, I feel like streaming. I kind of want to start this, so maybe we'll do some prep. So I kind of threw together some stuff as quickly as I could, like format-wise. That's why I said Rod of Seven Parts when we first started. So. So I don't have a lot planned for this. I thought I'd just kind of stream for an hour and maybe get my head around the outline of the game as I want to run it for 5e. So for those of you who are new to this idea, I originally ran a game called The Rod of Seven Parts, which is a famous second edition or an AD&D adventure. About this magical artifact, the Rod of Law, that broke apart into 7 different parts, and you have to go around and pick it up. And then when you put it back together, you could potentially unleash a demon or save all of the world. So it was really fun, and players got to go to Pandemonium. We kind of did some planner travel in it. Had a lot of good fun. I'm going to cough. I'm sorry. There we go. So with that, another 2E adventure that I really thought was fun and kind of wanted to run was the Great Modron March. Some of you guys are asking, is this going to lead into Dead Gods and things like that? Because that's another adventure is called Dead Gods. And I don't know really what was going on. After rereading this adventure, I realized that it's really like a series of one-shots that kind of follow the Great Modron March. So this is going to have some heavy spoilers between this and Dead Gods as I craft my own adventure. So if you're not interested in all of that, be warned, I guess. But this is going to be kind of casual. So I use Notion to do all of my game prep stuff. So if we go back, this still says like Rod of Seven Parts because I haven't really updated it yet. But we did meet last week to go over our session archive here, and I can go through all of these and look at the notes that I left for previous things and stuff like that. So for previous episodes, it's kind of cool. And again, this is on Nerd Immersion Plays channel. That's Ted's second channel. Or I have the podcast on my Patreon, so you could listen to either or watch it or listen. And it's early in the morning, so I'm going to be drinking some coffee. It will be the same players minus Brenna, who played the Aarakocra Rakiri. Brenna just couldn't fit it into her schedule. And it was one of those things where all of us could make Thursday work. Brenna could make like a random other day work, but none of us could make that one. So like we had to just kind of make a choice. We're very sad. I'm hoping she can pop in as Rakiri. On like a little side adventure or something. So we'll see if that happens. But we do have a new player. And her name is Rachel. Let's go to the player database. So Rachel's going to be playing Nyx Asra, who is a bard. It's a multi-class bard and barbarian. So a bardbarian, as we're calling her. She's a good friend of LB's and was really keen at jumping in. So you can go check her out at her Twitter is Rachel is a mess. Just like that. You can go check her out. So that's our new player. But other than that, we have LB, we have Lex, we have Lagwin. The other three are coming back, and then Tressa here and Rikiri. Rikiri can't make it, and Tressa was a monster that came for one episode if you watched the other ones. But hello, welcome. Sorry to all the all the Saturday morning D&D folks are just like, wait, what? You're not streaming? It was really last minute, so thanks for popping on over here and chatting with me. Overall, I want to do a game outline today, so we can get rid of all of this, because we have finished the Rod of 7 parts. They put it back together. We're going to go right to the big bad is going to be Orcus. And I spelled Orcus wrong. So, and again, heavy spoilers for Great Modron March and the other adventure, the sister adventure to this, which is Dead Gods. So, in those adventures, Kirian Sali, who is a drow necromancer, ascended to godhood and bested Orcus somehow. There's probably a whole thing to it, but really it's like, whatever, it's gone. So when that happened, she took the wand of Orcus and gave it to some of her people to like go take care of this, and they hid it somewhere in the multiverse. And with that, it is now hidden and no one knows where it is. And it's like, this is awesome. And because if like Orcus ever gets that back, he's going to be able to come back into power, and it's a big thing. So Orcus is oh, hello. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that worked. Thank you for the super chat. Scared the bejesus out of me. So with Orcus running around and doing, or a shadow of Orcus now wants to get his rod back. And so the entire premise of the Great Modron March is really, Orcus is somehow using the Modrons to go search for his wand through the entire multiverse, or the planar wheel. Now, every 217 years, I'll have to remember, but every so often, it's in the PDF, Jordan, but for sake of brevity, every so often the Modrons will do a Great Modron March, and nobody really knows why they do this. There is a finite number of Modrons, but there are many of them, and they leave Mechanus and they just travel clockwise around the Great Wheel. And when they get back, many of them have died. There's not many left, but there's usually a handful that arrive and the march is considered done and all is good. They could be taking like a census of the universe. They could be like somehow injecting law back into the universe. Like nobody knows except Primus and the Modrons, but they don't say anything. So we're going to shift from calling him Orcus to Tenebrius, which I think is what he's called in the adventure. So Tenebrius is, I think that's what it is. Now I'm guessing myself. It's in here somewhere. 17 cycles takes 17 years. I got this on print on demand, and you know, it's pretty good. Like just to like flip through it and have it at my side while I'm running games. I like to have physical things. They march this way, they march that way. Prologue, yes. This shadowy figure in here. Oh, I don't think they're gonna give his name until later. But so this is Tenebrius and Primus, the One. And Primus is like the head of all of the Modrons. He's kind of a deity figure, but not like actually a deity from what I've understand. But the embodiment of law. So he comes in, he slays Primus. This is like before everything happens. And takes his place and then sends out the Modrons on an early march, looking for the Wand of Orcus. So that's a big one we need to have. So we'll say sends out Modrons to find the... Do I have the Wand of Orcus in here? I do. Okay. Well, there you go. See, Ivan, you need to start a channel. You know a lot of stuff. It's great. I love it. So the Wand of Orcus is obviously not a good thing, but I think this will be the fun kind of crazy. I hope they find it is kind of what I want. So here's another thing about this is we're kind of taking this in a very different direction, where this adventure is really a series of marches, and I have to up the difficulty a lot because our players will be playing the same characters. So they're all level 12 right now. And so the march begins is for levels 1 to 3, AD&D levels 1 to 3, but we don't know what's going on. So the entire campaign that we're going to run for Ted and crew over on Nerd Immersion is going to be it's going to be kind of a mystery search kind of thing. And I'm realizing now it's kind of similar to Rod of Seven Parts, where they don't really know why they're on this quest, but they kind of are on this quest. And the hardest part of being a DM, I think, is starting the story and getting your players to be like, yeah, I'll go along with that. So we'll see if it works. Sends out the Modrons looking for the Wand of Orcus. That is what we know. But our players are in Sigil. And they've been stuck there for a while. And I asked them last week, what has your character been doing in Sigil for the last year and a half, basically? You probably tried to leave and you couldn't. I don't. So yeah, I was like, you tried to leave and you couldn't. How do you want to do this? How do you want to get out of there? What's going on with that? And they gave me some pretty awesome answers. So we can look at that. So if we go to our session archive here, make this big. So the recap from over 2 years ago is Miska the Wolf Spider is dead. And then they used they used the staff to resurrect Rikiri, but in doing that, the staff shatters. So now they've lost their magical rod of law. It goes back into the cosmos, waiting for some other adventures to go on a Rod of Seven Parts mission. So Shifter and Siren, they were talking a little bit. This is Lex and LB's character. And Shifter and Siren wanted to start a high fashion boutique to fool rich people, kind of as a scam. But then as they were doing it, Shifter got interested in high fashion and it became pretty profitable. So Siren is kind of like, well, when are we going to scam people? When's that going to happen? And Shifter's like, yeah, it's almost ready. But really, he's tricked Siren into just running a fashion boutique. So I think that's kind of funny. Siren has this ability that she got from the Rod of Law, or from the people that built the original Rod of Law at the end of the adventure, called the Reveal Truth ability. And it functions as detect magic, but only for illusions. And I think I'm going to give that proficiency bonus per day. I should write that down. That she can activate this, and I need to really heavily define it. So we'll see how that comes into play. But that needs to happen. And then Lagwin became a potion addict, and he is searching for the ultimate speed, to have like a potion of speed, to have permanent haste on his body. He's trying to think of what's going into this. And yeah, this is a 5e conversion of the adventure. We also had to talk about what happened to the Demonomicon. And so because of Lagwin's interest in potions and having money and things like that, he sold the Demonomicon to get more potions from an NPC within Sigil. And with that, he's also been embezzling money from their boutique shop, which they haven't given me a fun name yet. So we need a name for that boutique shop. So the Demonomicon is gone. So I'm going to give Lagwin 2 free potions every time they come back to Sigil, and I'm going to roll on a detrimental table. I need to come up with that at some point. We need the name of the fashion boutique. That's up the players. And then Nyx is going to give me some players that she... Oh, sorry. So then Nyx, I should talk about Nyx. So Nyx is our barbarian, and she's an urban bounty hunter. She was originally from Waterdeep, and worked with like a crime syndicate, but then expanded, and now she is working not Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, sorry. Now she is working in Sigil for the Mercy Killers, and the Mercy Killers are a faction within Sigil that tries to punish people, and they carry out a lot of executions and stuff. So Demonomicon is in the hands of this Estaven, and I don't know. Let's see if we made an NPC for him. I think I did. Thought I did. Oh, here he is. So Estaven is a governor, which is the Fraternity of Order. He's an ogre mage, and he's head of the Planner Trade Consortium, and that's kind of the big thing I wanted to... I think that's going to... reading chat. Yeah, it's not pronounced sigil. It's pronounced sigil. Sorry, I can send you a link if you want to the reasons that I am right, but I will do that later. But that's going to happen so much because now we're in sigil. So with the Planner Trade Consortium and with having Lagwin in his back pocket because of the Demonomicon and stuff, and he kinds of trades in dark, like there's a Planner Consortium, but there's also like a black market kind of approach. So I think he's going to be their I think he's going to be their main guy of interest. So what is... and I'm all over the place, so I apologize, guys. I was not super prepared for this today. So I want to go back to game outline. Players in Sigil. They're going to... and we'll say... start of the march. So players in Sigil, they're going to hear rumors of the march from people. Like, why has it started early? What's going on? Is this a true march? Like, yeah, and Zris, you're right. Sigil is pronounced how you like it. I pronounced, I don't know, all those Final Fantasy characters from back in the day, I pronounced them wrong. And if you watch the channel, you know that I'm not good at pronunciations. They hear rumors of the march from people. Hopefully, we'll say they, like, hopefully ask questions. The march. Ooh, this is good. So because of the march, the Planner Trade Consortium cannot get materials to Siren and Shifter for their boutique. This will hopefully lead them plus Lagwin to Estevan and ask him, Estevan, there we go, and ask him, well, lead him to Estevan. So, yeah. Oh, it's like 17 cycles and 17 years, and I think if you times 17 by 17, you get 289. So yeah, it's like 2 every 289 years. So a cycle is, there's a giant clock in Mechanus, and it goes around, it's divided up into 17 parts. And then every part takes 17 years to click over. So when it makes a full rotation, that's when the Modron March starts. But this one is out of order. Yeah, and so Esteban will say, hey, the march is happening early. We didn't account for this. I have hired a mercy killer lady to investigate, but I want you to go as well. And this is going to help them out with their business. I am a fan of Slyferish. I am a patron of Slyferish. That man is very smart and very, very entertaining to watch. How much do you use in chant? Oh, I don't know about the chant yet. Well, we just started this, so then we're gonna go to start of the march, and so then we have, they left Mechanus. The first stop would be, well, let's do another H1, and then Planner Adventures, and then we would have Automata. If we're gonna follow all of these, Mount Celestia, Excelsior, the Beastlands is chapter 4, Sylvania, chapter 5, Limbo, Bedlam, Abyss, which will be really fun, Carcery, Gehenna, and Acheron. And then back to Mechanus slash, yeah, find Tenebrius. Do I have him in here? Yeah, Tenebrius. Find Tenebrius and his information on the Wand of Orcus. Stop him or defeat Orcus. So I think oh, that's the Endigar database. I don't want that. Well, I guess it works. It's fine. I got Rod of Magic's Endigar, D&D Explained. Okay. Never mind. And defeat Orcus. There we go. So I think that's cool. And then I can use this, and my players always change stuff. They always change things. So I like to see where they take the adventure. But I think the wand is actually supposed to be found in, where is it? I think it's in Pandemonium again, which is just funny. But yeah. This note-taking app is called Notion.so. It is a website. You can get it for free. And I have a video on it. Sly Flourish has a video on it. It's really useful. I really like it. It helps keep I keep everything in Notion nowadays because it's just super, super awesome. All right. Have I seen Mastering Dungeons episode on the Great Modron March? They point out several. Oh, I haven't seen the Mastering Dungeons episode on that. Let's do some Googling. Mastering Dungeons Great Modron March. Is Mastering Dungeons a podcast or a YouTube channel? I forget. Mastering Dungeons. I see Master the Dungeon. Oh, yes. It is the podcast. Okay. I'll have to go look it up. Let's add that to our resources. So I want game resources. Mastering Dungeons podcast. Associated with no one. Notes. Great Modron March episode. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. But that's great. I like it. So for this first session, going back to my outline, they're going to hear rumors. They're going to go to the Planner Trade Consortium. Estevan is going to head them out. We're going to kind of crash into Chapter 1 in Automata. Or Automata? Automata. And how I'm going to get them there is they need a way to leave Sigil that they haven't been able to utilize before. And I wanted to run this at Gen Con, and we didn't get to. And so I think I'm going to bring it back, and we're going to run it here. Let me find it. It's not free, sorry. It's an adventure that I ran with Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's system agnostic. It's very funny. And I think everyone will roll their eyes, and it might be a good starting one, but I have to find it. All right. Pungeon Quest. We're gonna play some Pungeon Quest. So this was a Kickstarter for the Land of M system agnostic adventure. This is a zine, and it's very fun. But with this, they've expanded upon it into a whole game now. I think the Kickstarter ended, but Land of M is now a whole game. Yes, Moa, thank you so much for your donation. Yes, they can use the power of friendship. So, in order to leave, they need to talk with the Pungeon Master, which I don't remember his name. Does he have a name? Punderlord. Okay. Once a mild-mannered Ichabod Myron Boring mysteriously disappeared. So then he will need to talk to, we'll say Punderlord. Oh, that was the Moa Peach donation. It was a little slow. Thank you. We want a New Punderlord page in the Great Modron March. And we'll put him here. And so, Punderlord, you're an NPC, probably. You're also a villain. I'll put you in NPCs. There we go. Oh yeah, Tenebris, I got you right there. Game outline. So you talk to the Punderlord, and navigate the Pungeon to escape Sigil. When this happens, we'll have them dropped off probably right where I need them to be, which is Automata for the March Begins. Dropped off in Automata. And then this is a location. So let's move. Oh, get rid of that. Automata. New page in Great Modron March. So Automata is a location. It's kind of a little frustrating that I have to do this, but it's useful that it works. Planes of Existence. So Mechanus, Arcadia, Mount Celestia, Bitopia, Elysium, the Beastlands. Some of these are like little gate towns and stuff. Like I think Automata is a gate town. And then Arcadia, and then Mount Celestia. Okay. What's some good Automata art? This is straight up from the adventure, so that's awesome. I'm gonna probably take it from the adventure. Yeah, right here. Whoops. Go back. Let's grab that. And we'll put it right here. Associated with Great Wheel. And first stop. Yeah, this is Notion. All right. Hall of Records. We've got a Golem. These are all locations. Why are you in here, Jovial? Was the Jovial Golem? Oh, that's a tavern. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. So then, for Session Archive, we're back a Sigil story. We're going to change. This is going to be... Well, actually, no. No. Let's go back to... That was on the 25th. Let's create a new one. But I am going to call it We're Back a Sigil Story, because that was funny. So let's change this to what happened the last year. And then new, We're Back a Sigil Story. The date will be Thursday the 8th at 8:30 Eastern, if you're interested in hanging out with us. New session. So the recap will be from a long time ago. Our players defeated Miska, the Wolf Spider, and resurrected Rikiri. Is it Rikiri? Resurrected their friend. Haha. Iska the Wall Spider resurrected their friend. The rod shattered. And they've spent the last 2 years in Sigil. So scenes that I want to have are introductions and what has the characters been doing. Then murmurs of the Great Modron March. Happening, but isn't it too soon? Question mark. Yeah, I mean, everybody runs games different, you know? And so you got to find I like listening to podcasts. I like, I don't necessarily subscribe to like, we need to all mimic Matt Mercer or something. But I do like, that different DMs run different styles of games, and you can have a very different experience with the same game, you know, same Dungeons and Dragons. It's kind of cool. I haven't ran 5e in so long. I feel this is going to be really good. But isn't it too soon? In fact, it is. Summons to the, oh, what is his name? Estevan summoned to speak with Estevan about the supply chain shortage due to the March. Fantastic locations. We'll be in Sigil. We'll be going to the Pungeon. And then we'll also be going to Automata. The Pungeon, we need to move into a location. Oh. Do I click new? How does this work? Yeah, there we go. No. I don't want you in there. What? Move to. Oh, we can go there. There we go. So the next thing I need to do for the Pungeon is I need to get some stat blocks for these things. Yeah, that's good. Keep you over here. Yeah, the Modrons are great. Oh, and thank you, Marcus, for the $2 donation. I super appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Yeah, the keys and stuff. That's what has been keeping them in Sigil is, or Sigil. You caught me. That's what's been keeping them in here is they have been, the Lady of Pain is not allowing them to leave. They don't really understand why. So this Pungeon is going to let them get out. So the Pungeon's kind of cool. They need to come up with, So they need the characters need 5 keys to exit the dungeon. And they collect keys by rolling the dice. And if they roll a 12, they get 2 keys. A 9 to 11, they get 1. 6 to 8, they have an encounter and they gain a key. And 1 to 5, they don't have encounters. And even on a 1 and a 2, they lose a key. And then when they have an encounter, we'll roll a d6 to see if it's a creature or a riddle. And then you roll a d20 to see what kind of creature they got. So look at this. We have, and they all have a pun kind of thing about them. So when I ran this with Dungeon Crawl Classics, we were able to say, you can bypass this if you can figure out the pun, because it'll make them laugh or something, and then you don't actually have to fight. But now I have to stat a lot of this and see what we can come up with. So the fun goose, the spelling bee, the python, the magic seal, the necromancer. I like this, the vampire who kisses your neck. The bastard sword. Are you my dad? It's very funny stuff. The poltergeese. So we'll have fun. I just need to come up with some of the monsters that they'll fight. They don't necessarily have to be difficult monsters, but I want to have at least one interesting fight, you know? So I think this is going to be our adventure. We'll see. This might take 2 adventures. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure. And then there's some funny magic items that they can get as well. We will see what happens there. And when they're in Automata, it's basically just like, if I'm remembering correctly, where's the summary of this one? Yeah, it's marching through the sequence. Okay, so they are telepathically whatever. After passing through the portal, the council, a magical item is created. Chance encounter with acquaintance, council of thugs. Yeah, this is going to be loosely based on what I'm actually trying to do, but I think it'll be fun. Is the crystal stairwell the same as the infinite staircase? I'm not sure. The infinite staircase is part of the planar planes. It's kind of like the opposite of the river Styx, where the river Styx flows down, the staircase goes up. Arguably, the staircase could go down. Oh, yeah. Well, no, yeah. We'll have some kind of Modron. It'll be good. And so with this one, I think they're just kind of... Yeah. It's 150 years too early. I should remember that. They're basically going to destroy this town, and they need to figure it out. So this is kind of like prep for next, not the upcoming session, but the one after. So sorry, reading. I know that makes for interesting streaming. Okay. Yeah. Together they form chutes and ladders of the multiverse. Yeah. Snakes and ladders. And then if you get really into it, the subsurface of the chutes and ladders of the infinite staircase, underneath all of that, it's just basically Candyland. That's what it is. You're just playing Candyland at the end of the day. So I think this will be fun. I just need to come up with some monsters that are equivalent here, and then the puzzles are puzzles. I think they'll be good. This should be a fun first encounter to kind of set the mood of this entire silly game that I want to run. So back to our session. Problems. I haven't made any problems for myself yet. NPCs will be Esteban. Monsters and encounters will be the Pungeon. And treasure will be various items from the Pungeon. Roll 2 potions for Lagwin. Do I have... game mechanics? No. Do we have... potions of speed? So I have potion mishap table. Oh, this is what I have. Yeah, okay. So I have a D100 potion mishap table that I think would be kind of fun to roll on. Magic item selling and buying. And then, yeah. Cool. And then my Eberron campaign that never took off. So sad. That's okay. It's okay. It might happen. We'll see. All right, guys. I think that's all I wanted to do this morning. I will be taking questions for the next 10 minutes. I wonder if I can go to... Okay, here's the thing. If I go to full camera, I think I lose my microphone. Let me see if I can do this. Or I can answer some questions. Like, what do you guys... Are you excited for this? I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. I also need to work on a video for tomorrow. And I need to come up with some new logos and stuff. That's actually something I should be doing too. We need a new Rod of 7 Parts thing. Should be fun. A pink dragon encounter? Yeah. We could have... I like the idea of the cotton candy. Oh, do you guys want to meet my new doggo? Okay, now we got to get the... We got a puppy. She's 9 months old, but she's not a puppy. Okay, I'm gonna see. I think I'll lose the microphone if I do this. Because I haven't used this in a while. Let's see. Studio mode, that's what I want. If I go to full camera, you can't hear me for some reason. Let's see. Audio input, add source. Hey, so then if we transition, okay. Well, now I gotta go find my dog. Hang on. Puppy. Roxy girl, where you go? Roxy. Roxy. Where'd you go? Yep. Okay, we got a puppy. This is the new doggo. This is Roxy. She is just a rehome dog. Her owners couldn't take care of her anymore, so we just found her, and we liked her. And she's real good with kiddos. She's got some goopy eyes that we're trying to figure out, but she's just a good girl and wants to, like, hang out with you all the time, except, like, right now when I couldn't find her. But this will be the Great Modron March mascot, or Ted's dog, because he just got a new puppy too. Ah! Yeah, go be a free puppy dog running around. ROXI. So, okay, cool. She's super sweet. Like her a whole bunch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Let's look here. I think I'm missing some files. Maybe not. Yeah. So, you guys are great. Thank you so much for watching. This was fun. We had like 70, 80 people here. That was great. Yeah, Elfie, I think she is part Chihuahua. They told us she was part Corgi and Dachshund, but all I see the Chihuahua head like so much. So I'm just like, ah. We'll see. So yeah, I think she's also got some Chihuahua in there, which I'm not a big fan of Chihuahuas, but this girl is like super sweet. I think my family is leaving, so I'm going to say goodbye. And with that, you guys are great. Marcus, I am keeping the maze that the Lady of Pain uses. I'm going to keep it if they are upsetting the Lady of Pain. There will be a maze episode that they get trapped in. We'll see if they do that. I do plan on doing these streams. I just wasn't planning on doing it so early in the morning because I like to prep with you guys. I think it's kind of fun. And then you can kind of see it. Yeah, she does look like a Corgi with a Chihuahua. So I don't know. But she's really long if you see her on the ground. From behind, she kind of looks like a fox because she's got these ears. Super cute. I'll post more pictures on Instagram or something later today. You guys are great. Thank you so much for the donations for it was Bryce and Marcus and Moa Peach. You guys are awesome. I will. This will be a weekly thing. I don't think it'll be on Saturday mornings, but yeah. And if you guys want, I would encourage you to subscribe to the Saturday Morning D&D Show channel, and you can catch me there every weekend where we play or we talk about the news of Dungeons and Dragons. And there was a lot of news today that I didn't even get to cover. But yeah, so bye guys. You guys are awesome. Take care.